Good morning, and welcome to this special edition of This Is Today. And look who I have with me today, none other than Barb Jones, the extraordinaire, the one who makes it happen for us here as far as the music and worship at HUMC. And so today, I just thought I would take some time and just chat so you guys can get to know Barb a little better and all that she does here at HUMC. I guess it's been a difficult time for you, Barb, being that we are dealing with a pandemic, and knowing you as a person who tries to work ahead, I know that part has been very challenging.
It definitely has. I think the hardest part for me, Vern, is not seeing the congregation and choir members and children that we're used to seeing every week. It was like a check-in that you see people every week, and now it's been almost 11 months and they're people you've not seen and you don't know how they are. They could be going through a terrible time, and it's just hard not knowing. You know, that regular contact was so important to me. And the other thing I miss is in worship, hearing the congregation sing. I just love Sunday mornings when we sing the hymns and songs together, and you can hear just everybody voicing together our praise of the Lord. I really miss that.
Okay.
A whole.
Yes. I do as well. So this pandemic, you were on a course, and it seemed like all of a sudden you were planning as usual. Then all of a sudden the pandemic hit. So what has been the hardest part of your job since the pandemic?
I think it's ensuring that even though we're not together, that the Spirit of God is here and amongst us, even though we're not gathered as a community of faith. And I hope the services, as David and Debbie and I and Vern plan, as we plan together, that they're meaningful, they fill you spiritually, and you feel closer to God. That's always been the challenge. It's changed so much. The way we did it was nice to have the choir sing an anthem and all of that, but we've had to really rethink how we do things. And so, with Easter coming up, what can we do? Have you seen Ruth Jackson was here today to help me decorate for our recording for the Bell Choir for our February offering. I'm thankful that the Bell Choir has stepped up to the plate, and we're socially 6 feet apart and wearing masks, that they're able to continue through the pandemic, and I give them a shout out.
That's great. Now on Sundays, in spite of not having the congregation, in spite of being limited because you don't have the choir and all the various pieces, whether it's bell choir or the vocal choir, you still manage to make it work. Where do you get that energy from to do that?
The Lord. And I will put a kudos out to Pastor Vern. He shoots me things, music, and sometimes we chuckle because it's something I already have. But the song we just sang this past Sunday, Vern said, I have a duet I'd like to do with you. And we just sang this past Sunday together for communion. You forwarded that to me. So you never know where people send me song suggestions, and sometimes I have to wait for the right moment to include it. But I always appreciate people shouting out to me and saying, hey, this is something that moved me, please consider it. So
that's great. So now, in the pandemic, what would you consider to be the most rewarding part of your job in ministry during this pandemic?
Well, Vern, and anybody who knows me knows I don't like to do the same thing twice or the same way twice. I love the opportunity that God gave us to create different things. And so that has been a good thing, because sometimes I've talked to Carl about, can we do this with the camera and video visual presentation that we would never do if we were in person. So it's offered some opportunities to do something more creatively than what I would probably do if the pandemic hadn't happened.
Right.
And it stretched my thinking beyond if I were sitting home. And there were a couple of weeks when I had to quarantine myself and watching the services from home. And so that gave me a perspective of what all of you are doing, and made me, how can I include members who are at home to give you opportunities to participate. Like the choir came and bless their hearts. We truly had a silent night. They didn't sing, but we were able to participate together in the lighting of the candles and extinguishing that was included in the Christmas Eve service. And we have something coming up for Easter. I'm thinking around, so be looking in that crier for a way you could participate in the Easter service from your home.
Right. So lots of things that are happening and going on. So how would you answer that question when you hear little bits and pieces about there's really not too much going on at church?
Well, the worship services have gone on every Sunday, and so although the dynamics of my job has changed, the workload has not stopped. And in fact, I'm taking on more because members are at home. So my job actually has increased in what I do because there are members at home that aren't comfortable coming out yet. And so in some ways I'm busier than I've ever been. But we really would love an email or a shout out. During the beginning of the pandemic, we knew you were out there. I knew you were out there because people shoot me an email. Really love that hem, Barb, and that was comforting that you knew people were out there, that they were watching and they were moved. So please feel free to send an email to Vern. Tell him he did a great job singing, that a song really moved you. You hadn't heard it before, or, love Debbie's prelude, or, it really does encourage us that you are out there, you are with us, and it'd be greatly appreciated.
That's great. Well, Barb, we certainly do thank you for taking time to speak with us today about all the wonderful things that you're involved in. And you can definitely tell, yes, it is a labor of love.
Amen.
You work hard. I mean, you put in long hours. I mean, you're even here some evenings when we have our reopening meetings, you're still here. And those meetings don't start until like 7:30. And you're still here at the church and have been here like all day. So we thank you for all your hard work, and thank you for all of your comments and for watching and encouragement. And so thank you for this. This has been a special edition of This Is the Day, talking again to Barb Jones. And Barb, we wish you nothing but the best as you can continue in your ministry, and hopefully this will be over soon, this pandemic.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears. Right?
So we thank you for watching. You
God
take
bless.
care until next time. This is Pastor Vern, and this is Barb Jones. Take care. Bye-bye.